How pathetic can some people be?
I've been hanging out with some married friends of mine, and I don't think it's going to happen for me. No. If you're thinking about getting married and you want to talk yourself out of it, this is what you do. Go into any store whose name ends with the word Mart and look at anyone. Because every example of a destroyed relationship is walking the aisles of these stores. Nobody happy at any of these chains ever. Everyone's just miserable and downtrodden. They're just the consumers of the damned. All the life and joy beaten out of them, just shuffling through those aisles. Please let one of those items from those high shelves fall and kill me. Excuse me, we're looking for a shed to store our broken dreams. They're there to buy stuff to beat each other with. That's what they're there. Snow chains. Psh, perfect. See you on cups.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
It's funny, I've been tweeting back and forth with this woman that found an unfortunate item in her pants that she bought. She bought the pants at Nordstrom's, and she doesn't want to talk about it. I was like, hey, because I really wanted to get her on for this segment. Her name is Christine. She lives in New York.
What, was she tweeting about it, but she won't talk on the phone about it?
Well, yeah, because the matter has been resolved by Nordstrom.
Oh, they've come to her and they said, hey, we're going to take care of you. I'm sure they probably threw some money at her, either gift cards or shopping.
Yeah, I don't know what they did. This is what went down. Okay?
When's the last time you went to a Nordstrom's, by the way?
Oh, it's been. I don't have any in my area.
Well, so there's one in Santa Barbara.
I'm not shopping in Santa Barbara.
You never go down there?
I mean, I guess I've been to Santa Barbara and I've been through the Nordstroms before, but it's been 8-9 years.
I grew up shopping at Nordstrom's.
Right, because
and somewhere
Pacific Northwest Company.
Yeah, and somewhere in the 2000s, they decided that they were going to start quadrupling the price of what they used to sell. And
it wasn't cheap to begin with.
Well, it wasn't, but it wasn't terrible.
It was Macy's. Macy's comparable.
Yeah, I was a kid, so maybe it was cheaper, but you could always find like cool brands and different stuff. And anyways, it's where my parents took me. I didn't really have a choice. But I went there 2 years ago, and I'm looking at the sale rack. And there's a shirt, a flannel shirt, just a thin flannel shirt. I thought, that's kind of a cool looking shirt. It's different. $100. It was on sale. It was normally
$100.
It was on sale for $100. It was normally $175 for a flannel, thin ass flannel shirt that you could probably go to Kohl's and get. I mean, maybe it doesn't look the same and it's not from the same manufacturer, but it'll do the same thing for $20-$30. I couldn't believe it. And that's when I realized, yeah.
Christine Evans is the woman I've been tweeting back and forth with. She does not want to go on the air and talk about this, but she said,
say her last name a few more times.
She did say that her issue has been resolved by Mr. Nordstrom. And I said, well, I was just wondering, if you could give us some details about what happened. She tweets to me. Okay, this is what she tweets to me. Like she does not want to have anything to do with morning radio disc jockeys. Said, hi, Christine. Just reading your story about your unfortunate find. Would you be willing to do an interview on our radio show? Nothing embarrassing. Just want to talk about it. She says, appreciate the offer, but for me, the matter has been resolved at Nordstrom's. I said, what happened? Can you discuss? She says, I found a thong in my pocket of my jeans after buying them, and I wrote to Nordstrom's, and they emailed me a sincere apology, and the matter is squashed. Well, not before it hit the interwebs, and she's the one that took it to the interwebs. She bought a pair of Not Your Daughter's jeans. That's the name brand of the jeans. I've never heard of them before. She bought a pair of these jeans with a dirty and worn women's thong in the front pocket.
How do we know it was? I don't want to know how we know. Just anyways. Okay.
She took a picture of it and put it on our Twitter feed. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to embed that tweet. It's not going to be good for her. Should have accepted that.
Yeah, should have just talked to us for 2 minutes. Next thing you know, you're Scott from IKEA in
Should have
Baltimore.
accepted that.
Reference to yesterday's show. So, okay, so she's at Nordstrom. She goes to try on the jeans. Is that right? And she finds, what's this in the pocket?
No, she buys the jeans.
Oh, she buys the jeans.
She buys the jeans. And, the thing with a thong is it can go unnoticed. I mean, if if you have anybody in your family and they wear thongs go lost all the time. They get caught in things. And you could buy a pair of jeans, theoretically, and have them go totally unnoticed if they were in the pocket. So really, I mean, is this really Nordstrom's bad?
Well, you would think you have people that work there that go in, they take things out of the dressing room.
How could you possibly check every pair of pockets?
You fold a pair of jeans, you put them back. I don't know. You think you would feel it, but a thong probably doesn't take it.
Right.
It has that
I
much
mean,
substance to it.
it could be wadded up. It could be an oversight, a very easy oversight.
How do we know they weren't her thong panties and she just put them in there to try to get something? Just to make us, people do weird, wacky stuff like this all the time.
I don't.
A woman brought a dead Christmas tree after Christmas back to Costco yesterday that we talked about. So
yeah,
who knows what this chick's up
That
to.
is true. By the way, the picture of the tweet has been posted on our Facebook feed and our Twitter feed. Go see it right now if you can, because there's a good possibility she's going to take this down soon, because she said that 12 hours ago on her Twitter feed that that this whole thing has been resolved. She tweeted.
The more that I think about it, that she doesn't want to talk to us, I'm thinking this might be staged.
Before it was resolved, she tweeted at the company, and the company offered her a replacement pair, but she said that was not enough. She went on her Twitter feed. This is a tweet that has since been deleted, and she said, "I would imagine that a company such as this one could do more for a loyal card-holding customer. As a nurse, the numerous amount of health hazards here that are presented here is astounding." The department store apologized and said they're hoping to get to the root of the problem. But I guess that wasn't enough for her. She told me in a tweet, okay, she got a sincere apology from Mr. Nordstrom. I don't know who Mr. Nordstrom is. Is that a real person?
Well, I mean, there's the Nordstrom family. They used to own the Mariners, right?
Did they?
The Sonics?
I don't know.
No, they don't. They owned one of the teams in Seattle. Maybe it was the Seahawks. I think they owned the Seahawks for a brief time in the 80s or 70s. But, the big time was a shoe company and then became a clothing store. And then I guess you said this is in New York? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm sure there's still someone in the family that's, running the business.
Anyways. I mean, I don't know who's dumbass here.
I don't think it's
okay. What would you do if you found a pair of thong underwear that looked like they were used, worn? I should say worn. In a pair of pocket in the pocket of a pair of jeans that you bought. Would you be? How upset would you be? Would you take it to Twitter? Would you go to the retailer? Would you?
Depending on where it was. Okay, if this was Goodwill, no. But if it's Nordstrom's, yeah, I'm going to write them. I'm going to say, hey, by the way, I bought a pair of jeans and I found a dirty pair of underwear. You guys, maybe you could, just something you could look out for in the future. I'm sure it's rare, but I thought I'd let you know.
And then they say, okay, we're sorry about that. We'll give you a new pair of jeans. Is that enough for you?
I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to bring these down.
That's enough for you.
That's enough.
Where you're not going to take it to Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of person anyway.
This is what I don't understand about Christine is, okay, she takes it to Twitter. She gets the desired response that she wants. And that is people talking about it. Then she gets a sincere email from Nordstrom's. Who knows what was in the contents of that sincere email is in the way of offers, because we can't talk to her because she won't talk to us. But who knows what is in that sincere email? But she gets a sincere email from Nordstrom's, and she goes on her Twitter feed, like, oh, everything's good with Nordstrom's. They resolved the issue. No harm, no foul. I mean, that's the way it played out here. Is that taking it too far on Christine's behalf?
Well, I mean, the Twitter part was, taking it online like that.
I don't think I would take it online.
Yeah,
at all.
Doing that part of it is too far. But I understand calling the store, writing them a letter, whatever she did. That makes sense. But, going online with it, that's where it's like. But now all of a sudden, I don't know. Now she doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know. I'm almost confused by her.
She went out there. She went out there with the goal to disparage a company, right? Based on her experience there. She was going to let the world know that, okay, this company sells pants with dirty underwear in it. There's nothing more disparaging than that, okay? But then when she gets a response from the company, she's like, okay, everything's cool. They gave me an apology. Why does every aspect of everybody's life have to play out in real time on social media?
No,
why not wait till there's a conclusion to this story before you take it to social media?
I find this with women particularly. Not all women, but more of the women I see on social media that do this than men do. But there's also men that do it as well. And there's something about having to live your life through this and letting everybody know what's going on and having this avenue to express yourself and get some sort of feedback, and they thrive on it. And they're the people that are always checking their news feed, always checking to see if anybody's commented. But you know what my thing is?
No, I mean, but wouldn't the smart play here just been like, you know what, I'm going to take care of this within. Nobody keeps anything in house anymore, I guess is the point I'm trying to get to. It's like people can't have their own stuff without the world knowing about it. Now we know about her retail exploits when we never had to have, because she's satisfied. Nordstrom's is satisfied. The gal that lost the thong's probably not satisfied, but maybe she is. She went and got a new pair.
Maybe she just wanted everybody to know, all her friends to know that she shops at Nordstrom's.
Ooh, maybe that's what it is.
You know, it's kind of a status thing.
How does she put it in the tweet? A loyal card-holding customer.
Yeah. You know, but my real question is how these damn thong panties got in this pocket.
I know.
Why would somebody do that? Did somebody go into Nordstrom's, want to steal a pair of panties, so they took theirs off and put this one and then put them in those pockets?
I kind of think that's how it went down.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
That's how it went down.
Anyways, if you want to see these panties and these pants,
they're on our Twitter feed and on our Facebook feed for the time being. Until
give it to her, Jeff.
Probably takes it down. Congratulations, Christine. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
What is the policy when you try on clothes at Nordstrom's? Do you try on the clothes and then take them to that lady? Is there a lady or a guy that stands there and takes the clothes and then restocks them on the shelves? Or do you take them back to the shelves, or do you leave them in the dressing room?
It's not like when you go to Ross and they have somebody there and they're counting how many items you have.
All right, here's a tag with a 7 on it.
Yeah, no, you just go in, you dry them, you leave, and then they go get them later.
Okay, so you just leave them in the dressing room.
But there usually is an attendant in the dressing room area. It all depends on the store you go to,
go
right?
through and collect those items as
and you
kind of
go back,
on.
and it's like a lounge area for the guys and the women, and it's, they got couches and stuff back there and mirrors. You can come out and you walk around, whatever. But so there's somebody usually back there. So it's not like they have somebody that is their job. So, but somehow this got missed.
Will this change that person's job? The person that, even if it's at Ross or at Target, where they give you a card that shows you how many items you have, and will that person now be checking for personal items?
Are we talking about
before you leave the area?
Are we talking about Pantygate?
Possibly, yes. I mean, will this now change the way Nordstrom conducts things in the fitting room department?
Brandon says maybe she was stoned. I don't think that was the problem.
I've been stoned before. I never decided to put my underwear in my pants and then lose them.
Hi, thanks for hanging on.
Hey, I was calling in about the panties in the pocket.
Yeah.
Panties in the pocket. That's a new song, by the way.
I was going to say two things. Number one, you guys were wondering why everybody has to share everything in real time on social media. And I guess my opinion on that would be that before social media was available, the same people that would do that kind of thing would just call all their friends. You wouldn't believe what happened to me at Nordstrom's, but now I don't have to call anybody. I can just get immediate gratification in my social circle by barfing it on the internet.
So you're saying nothing has changed with the type of person. This type of person would have been telling everybody anyways. It's just now they have a wider stage to tell everybody.
Totally.
Okay.
And the second thing is the mystery as to why panties are in the pocket. And the only thing I can come up with that's feasible, that's not outlandish, is if I'm a lady trying on jeans that are tight or attractive or whatever you want to call it, I need to make sure I know what they look like without a visible panty line, buddy.
Oh, okay. But the thing is, this is a thong. Okay, this is a full-on thong.
Not much of a panty line there.
There's no panty line that would be there.
Well, if you want to know how your butt cleavage looks without the thong, I mean, if they're low-spun jeans, right? Okay,
I see what you're saying. So you don't want any whale tail showing. You don't want any of that thing going on. I got you. Okay.
Right.
So what? She put them in there, but they forgot to put them to take them back out when she put them in there when she was trying them on.
How soiled were they? Right? Like,
well, don't say that word. There's a please. I hate that word. It's like
there's
terrible.
A picture of them if you want to see on our Facebook page.
No, they're not. They're fine.
They look laundered but old. Okay, let's just put it that way.
So why are they still in there? Maybe that person was trying on several pairs of jeans
and forgot.
And the first one.
It's like that shell game that the street swindlers try to play. She's like, oh, my God, I just tried on 7 pairs of jeans. Where'd my underwear go? I don't have time to search the pockets. I'm just going to go ahead and return them anyways.
Oh, gosh. It is a conundrum, isn't it?
I won't be wearing these out. Thank you. I left my panties in the box.
I wish I had better news, Jeff, but no woman has called in to tell us how they think this might have happened. We would love to hear from a woman that tries on clothes.
Just want a logical explanation.
Trying to figure out how these panties ended up inside these jeans. If you're just joining us, woman at Nordstrom, she buys a pair of pants, she goes home, she finds a pair of used thong underwear inside of it, and we're just trying to figure out how that would even happen.
Is that picture still over on our social media?
Yeah, you put it on Facebook.
It's still there. Well, the thing is, she controls it because it's on her Twitter feed. So once she deletes it, once she sees that we're sharing it with the world,
I see.
Which she went to the extremes on this too. Like she bought the pants, took the receipt from the purchase of the pants,
took a picture of it,
took a picture of the receipt, blocked out all her personal information with Post-it notes, put the panties next to the receipt on top of the jeans, which, by the way, you return those jeans now. Now I know that used panties have been on those jeans. How does that work?
Well, how are you going to tell those are the jeans? You're not going to know. It's just,
this
there's
is
going
why
to be a sea of other
trying on
jeans.
clothes grosses me out. God.
But you have to do it because
No,
every
you
time I
don't.
don't do it, I get home, I'm like, oh, these fit weird and they're too baggy and I can't stand
Return
over
policies.
baggy jeans. But I don't like stuff too tight.
But I mean, the problem is this could have happened if you took them home and tried them on too.
All right, John is on the phone and he thinks he has an idea of how this might have happened. How this?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the logical explanation for this. Those jeans were worn by another woman that she went and she bought them with the intent to return them. She probably had a hot date, and he took them out on a date, right?
Okay.
And she got lucky, or he got lucky, however you look at it.
Sure.
And they wound up in the pocket, and then she had the full intention of returning those jeans. She just wanted to look good for one night.
But why
and
wouldn't she put...
forgot that she put those in there and then returned them with the thong inside the pocket without even thinking about it. And Nordstrom took it back, put it back on the shelf, and this other lady came in and bought them.
Wow. I mean, you've really thought this out. I got to say, I'm pretty impressed.
That's the only logical explanation in your mind.
I think so, because people do that all the time. They go to places that especially stores like Costco that always, allow you to exchange or return things.
Uh-huh.
And they use it for one day, one night, and then they return it.
If I remember correctly, Nordstrom's does have a awesome return policy. But the thing is, the picture of these jeans, like the tags are all still attached. Like all the tags are on the jeans. I mean, it's like, like they would have had to put the tags on the jeans. And you would think there would be some kind of inspection process to put it, re-tagging the jeans that would be like, oops, there's something in the pocket of these jeans. They were returned. Maybe somebody left a personal item in them.
Now, this is.
Yeah, that's true. They should have, when something is returned, I think that they should be thoroughly inspected.
All right, thank you, John. Appreciate it. 543-3693.
Thong expert Mark writes in on the 805 beer text line. And he says, person only wears thong with jeans, so takes them with her. So has both regular panties and thong panties. Tries them on with the thong panties and while trying on the jeans, and then puts her regular panties on, forgets that she puts the thong
in the
pocket of one of the jeans, and then returns the jeans because she didn't like the way any of them fit.
Oh, so she's wearing... Okay, so this is somebody who wears the thong sometimes and wears other...
So she only wears the thong with the jeans, so the panty line doesn't... So she takes a pair of trial underwear to see how the jeans look when she's wearing the underwear she plans on wearing with the jeans.
God,
a lot of
another great...
That's a great
detective work.
Hypotheses. Great hypotheses. The amount of planning that goes into women's lives is mind-boggling sometimes.
Let's try one more. Thanks for hanging on. What do you think?
I think he's got it down. Yeah, he's got the program down.
You think that's what it
I
is?
know people that go to Goodwill and just try on different layers of underwear and then just wear out 8 layers of underwear.
Okay. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Okay.
See?
I'm still not ready to go shop at Goodwill for underwear.
To all levels of consumers.
What do you think?
I think the previous caller was correct. I think they're a return, and somebody forgot to take out their underwear. And
but
I mean...
Why do you put your underwear in the pocket, though?
I don't know. I think this person went on a... I don't know. I mean, we as women are always told to, like, never try on stuff without our underwear on. I mean, it sounds weird. I'm not going to go into details on that. But, I mean, maybe they went on a date and, you know, took off their underwear and...
Oh, wait, hold on.
What about my hypothesis that she maybe just wanted to get another pair of underwear because she was in a situation where she needed them. So she went and got those underwear and a pair of jeans, went into a dressing room, put on the new underwear, and then put the old underwear in the jeans.
She's opportunistic in ditching her old undies for new undies.
Right.
Okay, but here's the thing. I mean, we see the picture of the underwear online, and there's no reason why she would need to ditch those underwear. They look perfectly fine.
No, I don't know if they were perfectly fine. Like, what if she? What if she met a dude? All right. What if she was like on a date with a dude, and it was going?
She wanted to get some sexy panties.
It was going well on the date with the dude, and they're like, "Oh, let's go do some shopping." And she's like, "Oh my God, there's an opportunity. There's a chance I could go home with this guy tonight. I need to make sure my panty game is on point. You know, it's on fleek, as they like to say. I mean, maybe.
You have a point.
And let me ask you a question. Has there ever been? How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. In your I'll say 14 years of this being a possibility, okay? Has there ever been a situation in which you have taken off your panties and put them into your jeans pocket?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there has?
Absolutely. There have been many times.
I can tell you, as a man, totally, I've never thought to put my underwear in my jeans.
Yeah, no, that's never happened, but our underwear is much bulkier than yours.
You do not have a lot of the woman problems that we have.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. But why wouldn't you just throw them away?
You wash them.
Because sometimes...
They're salvageable?
Granted, looking at those panties, I mean, I think that would have been a very plausible thing to do. It's like, throw them away. But sometimes, like, in my experience as a woman, you really don't want to throw them away because, you know, what if somebody looks through the trash?
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, then, like, as a response, like, who's to know they're going to be from you? But, I mean... I don't know. That is true. Yeah, she could have been on a date, or I mean, even maybe she went. There have been many times that I've gone out at night, and you just throw on whatever underwear you got going on, and you don't care what it looks like, and then you meet the guy of your dreams, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna see these nasty grandma thongs that I got on,
Fruit of the Loom,
and. Yeah, Fruit of the Loom thong.
And so then you go to Nordstrom's and you steal panties.
Or you take them off completely.
Or you buy them and then you just put the old ones in the old pants.
And she realized at the day after that those jeans I wore last night, they were not banging. They did not look good.
I know.
And then she returned them and forgot that maybe she drank too much, forgot the underwear was in there.
What if the guy she was on the date with that was at Nordstrom's with her was waiting for her to come out of the dressing room and she didn't know what to do with the panties because he was right there, so she had to stick them in the pocket of another pair of pants and leave them in the dressing room.
Ditch them. Just ditch them completely. And that was the best.
What happened.
Her best opportunity to ditch them was put them in somebody else's jeans. Wow.
Maybe.
And, you know what? What was your name?
Kat,
I got to tell you, Kat, our heart goes out to you because being a woman is tough, okay, on many levels.
Yeah.
Because there is so much planning that we could not pull it off as guys. You know that? I mean, there's no way. I would just suck as a woman.
My underwear game is just make sure they don't have holes in them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like I would not even have these kind of strategies in place in order to pull off being a woman. So my hat's off to you, Kat.
Thank you.
There are many, many strategies that I don't even need to go into detail just because I'm on the radio. But, there's a lot of strategy that us women, or at least myself, have that we have to look perfect when we walk outside the door. But in our head, we're like, we've got timers on our phone for things. And
Well, Kat, we would invite you to call back anytime there's a woman issue that we can't figure out and weigh in because I think you make a lot of sense. So thank you.
Yes, I'm sitting here at Cal Poly, and I heard you guys say you guys need a woman. I'm like telling my boyfriend, like, give me the number. I'm going to call him right now. down.
Right on. Well, he's a good man, too.
And he's like, why do you have such a quick answer for this?
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Have a great weekend, Kat.
You too.
James just wrote in, and what he said totally makes sense. And that is that some women bring, like, the granny panties to try on clothes to, so they're not wearing a thong. So maybe she brought the granny panties in her purse, took the thong off, stuck it in the pocket, put on the granny panties so she could try on because, she didn't want to get something.
Because you want coverage.
And you don't want to expose yourself.
It depends
on
on
your skin. It's more coverage down there.
It depends on your outlook. Like you do want to look like whatever you're going out. If they're going out jeans, you're going to put on whatever you want going out. If they're around the house jeans, then you're going to put on the granny panties because you're already out trying. But you want we want to see what they look like when you're wearing the granny panties. It just depends on what they are.
Well, the reason I bring up the protection part of it is because of this gal that's holding on the phone. Tell Jeff what happened.
What happened was I tried on some pants, and I got crabs.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm sorry. You have a legitimate complaint, okay?
Okay,
Christine with thong panties.
My boyfriend.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, my boyfriend at the time, we got in this big, huge argument. And he had to strip down. I had to inspect him, and I couldn't understand why I got crabs.
Wait, you had to do how did you do it? Did you do it like they do lice checks? It takes 2 straws and
No, the pencils.
The pencils got herpes. Going on that I had to investigate.
No, but when you inspected your boyfriend, did you use tools?
Jeff wants to know how you inspect for crabs.
Part apart the hair.
Well, you just look.
You just look. Do you use a magnifying glass?
He was clean.
Okay.
He was clean, and
that had to be devastating for you, right?
If you're going to go shopping, there's other things to look for besides used panties.
Now, okay, I got a question for you. Were your boyfriend suspicious then after you?
No.
Did he that does not sound like a story that would jive up. Like if my wife were to come home and say, "Hey, guess what? I tried some pants today, and I got some crabs," I'd be like, really? Did you try on pants? Or what's going on here?
Yeah.
Is there other things going on in our life that is our issues?
Yeah, maybe your husband or your boyfriend should have been inspecting you.
No.
What kind of store?
Saying, make sure. You know what? It was a mart.
It was a what?
I'm just saying it ended with the mart.
A march.
A Marks?
No, like Kmart.
Mart.
Oh, okay.
Just like the guy in the comedian said about Marts.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're convinced you've done the due diligence,
Absolutely.
you've done the detective work, and you're convinced you got crabs from a store that ends in Mart when you tried on jeans there.
Yeah, that was like 25, 30 years ago.
It couldn't have been like a public restroom or anything else.
No, because I had just tried on all these jeans.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I can see how it happens. Boy, I never even thought about that. Oh, my gosh.
Do you try on jeans anymore?
Yeah, what do you do?
No, I just go to Costco and get those ones.
And then take them back?
I hate trying on clothes.
Well,
What if somebody... All right, thanks for the call. I really appreciate the story.
Yeah. Sorry you got crabs.
Yeah, it was 30 years ago. The scars have healed. What if people are getting crabs and then taking their pants back to Costco and then Costco takes everything back?
That is STD terrorism, my friend. I got crabs. I'm making sure everybody else gets crabs.
They can do it.
I'm going to go try on a bunch of jeans at the Mart store.
You don't even have to. You just go to Costco, you buy one pair of jeans, you go home, put crabs in them, you bring them back, and then they sit on that big pile of all the other jeans, and it would just go to all those jeans.
It's an infestation.
Oh, God.
You know what this
is scary. You're right. What did you call this?
STD terrorism. So I have this argument with my wife all the time about not having to wash the clothes when you buy them before you wear them.
Yeah, I do. My wife too.
I have flipped that. I have flipped that mindset 100%. Like it is a 180. Okay, I from now on will be all in on washing the clothes before you wear them.
Same boat with you, Jeff. Again, we agree on something.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.